around the season. So on my way home, I was flying back from the San Jose airport, and I got there a little early, which was uncustomary for me. Ricky and I always have adventures making it to the plane, but for some reason I was there at least 45 minutes early, and I was waiting in line to check my bags in, and I noticed I didn't have a name tag on my bag, so I reached behind the counter to get a name tag to start writing my name down, and I noticed that this police officer was looking at me as I had done that. And I saw him staring at me, and I was thinking to myself, well, I haven't done anything wrong. I just reached behind the counter to get the name tag, but he was just really looking at me and wasn't looking at anyone else. And so I'm thinking, you know, the last few times I've been traveling, I've been singled out for extra patting down. As a matter of fact, one of the last times I did it, the pat down was so good, I went around twice. They started hitting some spots on my back. I'm like, oh, please, you gotta do this again. But anyway, I was thinking, why is this guy staring at me? And then he gets on his microphone, his walkie-talkie, he's talking to somebody, and the next moment, there's two police officers standing there. And I'm like really seeking to ignore them, and writing my name down, and I'm thinking, you know, these crazy thoughts, you know, what did I do? And I'm going to be harassed, and all this type of thing. And then I feel them walking in my direction. And they're standing right behind me. I'm still trying not to pay them any attention, but obviously my consciousness is absorbed with them looking at me. And he says, sir? I said, yes. He says, we've drawn a line in the sand, my wife and I, ever since we saw you on The Secret. And we want you to know that we're going to live our life the way that we're supposed to live our lives. As a matter of fact, I'm resigning this position in August, and my family's behind me, and I'm going to begin to live the life of my dreams. And I just always wanted to meet you, and so I was staring at you because I wanted to make sure that was you. And then I called my friend over here, and I didn't tell him about you. I wanted him to meet you as well. And so we ended up having this long conversation. We could have the conversation because I was uncustomarily early, and we're standing out there, and people are driving by, they're trying to figure out what I did wrong to draw two police officers. The thing here is, in my mind, I was experiencing something that didn't even exist. You understand what I'm saying there? It's like in my awareness, I was experiencing police officers maybe about to harass me, but in fact, in reality, there were peace officers in love with me, trying to figure out a way to meet me and to shake my hand and to have a couple of moments with me, but I was having a direct experience of my consciousness. Now let's exacerbate that for a moment. Let's expand that for a moment. Let's say I got really nervous, really upset, and I was inside just really being a little upset, but then, you know, my heart started beating really fast, and then I started releasing toxic chemicals into the body temple instead of tonic chemicals, and my heart rate started going so fast, and my blood pressure started going up. In that moment, it was not anything outside of me that would have been doing that. It would have been my projection onto these two men and then having a direct experience of my consciousness. We are here to break free from the filters through which we look at life from and begin to see clearly that truthfully all the power, all the presence, and all the love is everywhere, and then we catch ourselves when in fact we are projecting something other than that, so that instead of participating and having a direct experience in the ego-dominated perception, we're having a direct existential encounter with the divine everywhere that we go. We did not come here to get high. We have come here to break free from the ego-dominated perception that would allow us to see the world through a filter of fear, doubt, and worry, and otherness. This is what you hear week after week here, that there's one power, one presence, one love, one life, and we are the spiritual image and likeness of that. We are a singular manifestation of a cosmic destiny that is unfolding forever. And we're here to purify our awareness so that we can begin to see the way it is, have a direct participation in the way that it is, rather than having a continual experience on the way we think it is. In other words, people do not have a direct experience with reality. They have an experience with their thoughts about reality. What do you think about the world that you're living in? What do you think about the people around you? What do you think about your environment? You are either having an existential encounter with the divine, or you're having an experience of your thought forms about reality. You are here to break free so that moment by moment, month after month, year after year, you are growing, developing, and unfolding, and having a greater awareness of the isness and the nowness and the eternalness of the divine, and allowing it to shoot through you as gifts and talents and capacities and powers and ways out of no ways where there appears to be blockages and hindrances and obstacles. We are here to get free. We are here to break free from time. To stop being time blinded. I say often that individuals have difficulty in their life because they're too tense. And oftentimes I really say because they're 3 tense. Past, present, and future. You got that. You're a smart crowd. And so individuals are living in one of 3 tenses, and they're not having a direct encounter with the divine presence through their lovely listening, their spiritual mind treatment, meditation and contemplation and envisioning. They're either past-oriented, or they're future-oriented, or they're present-oriented, but they're not necessarily in the nowness of this moment. You've come to break free from time. For those who are past-oriented, they have the tendency to hang out in pride or shame. For those who are future-oriented, they have the tendency to hang out in fear or ambition. For those who are present-oriented, they have the tendency to hang out in embarrassment or vanity. Because the present is not the now. The now is timeless dimension of ultimate reality where love, peace, joy, wisdom, and harmony exist, and they have no relationship with time whatsoever. They are an isness, a nounness, and a foreverness. And when you pray, when you meditate, when you come to a service like this and you surrender to the energy that's being expressed and exuded here, you discover that you become extemporal. You come out of time. And in that out of timeness, there is healing. There is a revelation of wholeness. There is wisdom. There is guidance. There is direction. There is artistry that begins to flow through you. And you can check yourself out through the course of your day and see what tense you are living in. Are you living in the past? Are you living in the present? Are you living in the future? Or are you taking that breath from time to time and moving yourself into the vibration of the nowness of this moment? A few months ago, we were at the Season for Nonviolence at the United Nations. And I had an opportunity to MC that event and to speak there as well. And as we left that particular event, Ricky and I, we got into a truck, a van, I guess, that was driven by this individual from China. And we were on our way to Naropa. We had to go to Naropa. It was one of the programs we were going to do there shortly the next day. So we were on our way to JFK. And I remember, I said, oh my God, I forgot my mobile phone in the General Assembly. And Ricky said, can we just get him to call somebody and have a meal? I said, no, I need the phone. So we zipped back around, went to the United Nations, and had to go through security again and go through all that. And I'm running down the hallway to get to the Special Assembly. And I get to the hallway and I stop, become very dignified again. Open the door, and there's another assembly going on. There's somebody speaking. And I walk in there, and I kind of act like I belong there, I kind of just nod, nod. And then I kind of walk up near the front, and I see a security guard standing behind the individual that's speaking, and I know where my mobile phone is, right behind the person that's speaking. So I'm there, and I look at the security guard, and I nod like I have authority, and kind of give him that nod, and he gives me the nod back. And then I walk up to the stage, grab my mobile phone, walk out the room, and I run really fast down the hallway. Jump into the van, and we're on our way to the airport. We said, we're going to make this, we're going to make the plane. And we get there, we get about 2 miles away from JFK. We look on the itinerary, and we were supposed to be at LaGuardia. I said, oh no, we're supposed to be at LaGuardia, oh my God. And so we said, we got to turn around. And he said, well, you said JFK. And we said, we know we said JFK, but we got to get to LaGuardia. So he turned around, and we're now we're driving on the highway. Ricky looks on her iPhone, and it gives you the exact amount of time to get. He said, well, we can get there in 12 minutes without traffic. But he's not driving. He's not even driving the speed limit. He's driving under the speed limit. So we're saying, we got to get to LaGuardia. And he says, you said JFK. And we're saying, you're driving too slow. And we're going back and forth, back and forth. So you can see, there it is. We got to get to LaGuardia. There's the future. You said JFK. There's the past. You're driving too slow. There's the present.